Local therapists are seeing what they think is an alarming trend. They say more and more people are seeking help for love addiction. They call it a disease that needs to be treated like any other addiction. 11 News reporter Ron Trevino speaks with the people who claim they're addicted to love and the people trying to help them.
How are you doing this week, Sarah?
It seems like a typical therapy session. Sarah Goodner, the client, has a major issue in her life.
So you're pretty good emotionally.
Yeah.
The therapist is helping Goodner through her addiction. It's not booze, drugs, or gambling. She's addicted to love.
The beginning is the high, the beginning of the relationship, and I was constantly chasing that high.
Goodner is a writer, but before getting treatment, she couldn't concentrate on that career. She was too busy looking for love in, yes, all the wrong places.
I had affairs. There were really only maybe 2 or 3 relationships that I've ever been in my entire life where I did not cheat.
It led to stalking, violence, and even thoughts of suicide.
I was crazy.
But Goodner, an avid fan of Stephen King horror novels, sought professional help in the middle of her own real-life horror story.
They have to get to the point of admitting that there's some dysfunction, there's some disease about what their patterns are.
Every time he left, I wanted to see him again.
Therapist Angelina Rodriguez introduced us to another recovering love addict who doesn't want her face on TV, a woman she sponsored as part of a 12-step program.
I haven't been in a relationship since this last one. If I do, I'll have to stay really close to the program.
Now this woman sponsors other love addicts through that same recovery program. Meanwhile, therapists at Memorial Hermann Prevention and Recovery Center say they've seen a rise in the number of women seeking their help for love addiction. One reason, they say, is the tough economy, the stress of which can cause addictions of all kinds to kick in.
What's it going to be like if I lose my job? And women who are single often will look for that man to rescue them financially.
They also say the internet in general and Facebook in particular has fueled an increase in love addiction.
They start to date based on what they've seen on the internet, and it's not reality.
Here's one reality Eva Profata and researchers turn to, the human brain, and something called PEA, a chemical in the brain involved in the euphoria of love.
This area is stimulated, it sends a signal up this way and just hijacks the judgment area.
They believe it works the same neural pleasure pathways as cocaine, heroin, and tobacco. But like those addictions, there is treatment. Remember Sarah Goodner? Her song's a little brighter these days.
I'm happy right now. I am. I actually prefer to be alone at this point.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing because it's something that I could never do before recovery.
Love may conquer all, but Sarah Goodner will tell you sometimes it has to be tamed. Ron Trevino, 11 News.